I never look back, and nothing was crushed. No bruises and scars, no bloody wars, no dream turned to dust. No dream turned to dust. When I go back, I want to, but time carries on, we grew up too soon.
Is it the time? Is it the time? Yes, it's the time. Welcome back to another morning skate show with the hockey coach Guru Coach FRENCHY directly from the Hockey Nation live show. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll. Another day. It's Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. Tried to fix my mic. I apologize for that. Usually it's going there. And we go. So it's 12 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to review all the game happening last night in NHL. Then we're going to talk about the NHL news around the league. Of course, we're going to talk about the injury. Couple of things. Nikita Kucherov just got announced to be on the COVID-19 protocol. And then at the end, we're going to go with the quiz, the FRENCHY quiz, the upper, under, over, and under. And at the end of the show. So a lot of things tonight. Again, I believe we have 8 NHL games on the program. So another busy night in NHL. Every night this week, guys, have a minimum at least 5 games per night. So it's a very good week to watching hockey. We are about, a couple of days before the All-Star game in February. We knock the door to hit the February. And then after that, the Olympics and... it's going to be 2 more months. The trade deadline is coming very soon. And it's going to be busier and busier about what last night happening. The Montreal Canadiens got destroyed by the storm of the Wild. And then a couple of surprises. Anaheim surprised the Boston Bruins. What about the 2 shutout? The Vegas Golden Knights find a way to beat the Washington 1-0. The Colorado with that kind of the offensive, we expect from them to score an average of 4 to 5 goals per game. And last night, shut down the opponent team by a score of 2-0 against the Chicago Blackhawks. So really interesting. The Calgary Flames destroyed 7-1 last night. Calgary maybe find a win out to become the team we saw at the beginning of the season. We'll be interesting about that. Of course, we'll talk about the very great night of the Kudrow and Kachuk in Calgary, of course. So a lot of activities around the league. Of course, we're going to talk about each one of you. And then if you have any QA, you want to talk about different things, please let me know. I'm going to open up today to talk a little bit more about hockey around the league. So first of all, we welcome Mr. Michael Rosenblatt back in the house. Mr. Rosie, a big fan of the Florida Panthers. Where the Panthers play tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to maybe, I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, if I'm doing the Vegas Carolina or the Florida Panthers, the Winnipeg Jets, but I'm going to decide this on the day. But the Panthers, they lost the last game 5-3 against the Seattle Kraken, their last game. So we're to see how they're going to rebound and come back. The Jets, couple of missing players with the COVID-19, lost the last game also. Lost a couple of last game by 1 goal. We'll see how they're going to do at home back at the Manitoba. So we'll be interesting about that. What about Mr. Jose Duarte? Welcome aboard directly from New York this morning. He's ready. He's ready to rock and roll this morning, Mr. Duarte. I tried to cut down someone about that one over there, so be sure we don't have that kind of people show up all the time. And that's what happened about that. Mr. Ron Kings 20 is in the house today. Mr. from Utah, the Los Angeles King, yesterday played last night, and it will be interesting to watching them this week again. They have a very busy schedule for them. They are on the road, honestly, the Kings. And, what about the New York Rangers last night? Great performance. Again, the Kings win and shoot out. Where it was really entertaining, honestly. We have an opportunity as a play-by-play to call the shootout between the intermission Montreal Canadiens, the Wall. It was great. What about Byfield score on one side? Then after that, Lafreniere come back, score to another side. The first 2 pick of the NHL draft. Lafreniere number 1, Byfield number 2. And they respond, both of them last night. Amazing game, honestly, between both of teams about that. What about the Dan Ogilvy back in the house this morning? Everybody talk about my Muppet now. My Muppet Petri is doing well. The winner of the Turkey Trophy and last November. But we'll see happening about that. Everything now is going to be like a nickname for the rest of this live inside the Hockey National Show. Jeff Muppet Petri for the coach. Dan, welcome. What about Mr. Inartap back in the house today? Welcome aboard, guys. Thanks for joining us. Yes, you're absolutely right. Ron Kings, 20, you get out with a point. They tied the game at the end of the game, honestly, the Rangers. But to be that way, the way they play on the road, Jonathan Quick, for what I saw, play a solid game for them. And then the Kings are real. They are legit. I still believe that team is great. That team should make a big trade for a check run. I'll be my suggestion for them. I don't know if they're going to listen to me, but we'll see happening about that. Rangers were the only team I was worried about on this round trip. Mr. Richard Mullen is back in the house directly from the L'Île Perrot à Montréal. Welcome aboard, Mr. Richard. And sorry to hear that, Mr. Jose, about your pain. I have a shoulder problem, guys, for the last 2 months, and then it's getting worse, and I cannot sleep very well. Anyway, I'm not going to complain about my shoulder, but to have a live and every day, and you go to gym. I go to gym, and I perform, but it's bothering me when I go to bed at night. I don't know why. Right now, I can do whatever I want, right? You can see me. But when I go to bed, that arm is dead on me. I have a problem. My back, my neck, it's just crazy. It is what it is. I maybe have to go sleep like like La Petite Vie in Montreal. They have a French TV shows called La Petite Vie. And the couple, it was two guys, but one was a woman, and they was stand up in the bed. So they put a bed on the wall straight, and they would just go straight up and all the way stand up, put a blanket over them and sleep like that. Maybe that's what I should do. I should have my bed straight up on the wall and me go against the wall and sleep like this. Maybe my shoulder fit better. Because when I walk here, I had no problem. It's just when I go to bed the night. So, now my life. Just kidding. Anyway, shoulder neck coach. Yeah, I know the feeling about that. So I don't know what's going on. Not many people today. Maybe people are asleep. I don't know. What's the weather in Florida? The weather here is not too bad. A little bit chilly this morning earlier. It's going to reach a little bit the 70s afternoon. But happy about that one there. That's what happened. And that's what we are. So, last night in Montreal Canadiens, we're going to get an open door about the Montreal Canadiens. I just did my post game earlier, my video. You can watching this if you want to have a time to check this. It did not show up. And if you watch my preview game, I was talking about Caden Primo, where for him, it was really an opportunity for him to show to Gordon and Hughes and the staff where is he at his career right now, what he has to do now to stay in the NHL, and then, what is next move for him. And that. We know with COVID, he lost almost like 1 year. We know from the ex-goalie coach, Wade, mentioned a couple of days ago, he really believes he's a goaltender number 2, and he can maybe become a number 1. And he has a great opportunity right now because, Price out, Adams out, Montembeault was on the day-to-day at that moment. We expect him maybe back Thursday night. But again, the second time, the last 3 games, he got removed after 40 minutes. And the goal number 3 yesterday, but first of all, I don't know, it was the number 2, I believe, on the Foligno. He dived in front of the net on the left side. He makes some save after that, one with the glove, if I can recall it, one with a pad. Amazing, get saved. But a guy, like a great goaltending in a hockey, all right? Keep your team in the game. You make that big save. You don't give a bad goal, right? You can give some bad goal, but you have to keep the team. And that second goal against Foligno opened the door. He's completely diving on the left side over there, and he challenged the puck, but you cannot diving forward, right? You have to get out, and then he was completely at the left side. And then the third goal, a shot for 45 feet. And I think that's a problem in between like that. So I'll be honest with you, you're going to laugh at me, but I remember one time I was coaching and East Coast Hockey League in Roanoke. And the ex-NHL goaltender, Daniel Berthiaume, he was the goaltender for us. And I was watching him the morning because my job there was the video, so I prepared the video, everything like that. And I was watching the practices with Coach Frank. And then Berthiaume was playing NHL, and, he was now 32, 33. Then he was so talented, but sometimes the talent don't bring you to stay in NHL because your behavior with some problem you have around your life. And, Daniel did not doing always a great guy in life before that. And I'm so happy for him. He found a wife over there in Roanoke, and he lived there forever. And he have his own fisher. Maybe Danny should go there. He have his own fisherman boat, everything like that, and anyway on the Smith Lake. Well, short story. So Daniel called the morning, and I was watching him, and I said, "Geez, he cannot track the puck." And I asked him, "So what's going on with you?" I said, "Look, when the puck go there, your glove is still there." Anyway, he said, "What? What do you think?" I said, "I believe you have maybe some problem the vision." So what the heck, and in French, the bad words, and because we are friends like a coach, but me and him, we are really tied together. And as I'm telling you right now, Danny, you should go to the vision guy to watch to see what you can do. So he went there, and I was right. You have some problem, the vision. One eye was not the same same way, and his lens was wrong. And after that, he have a good vision, and then he get better. I don't say that's a problem with Caden Primo. But when you see those kind of stuff like that, you have maybe pay attention. You maybe add more a vision to the goaltending. But anyway, just sorry about Primo yesterday. Bad goal, the third one. Right, you can see at that moment the veteran players upset at the bench. Then they come back and they score 22 seconds, another goal. He could not do nothing about that one there. And that was 4-1. Duchamp called a timeout. It was too late. You lost completely. So after 4 minutes at the beginning of the second period, Montreal was always losing 4-1, and the game was over at that moment. And, you know, the Muppet, we call him the Muppet, got his 300 point yesterday, but at the end of the day, he did a D reverse last night with nobody behind him. And he gave the puck to the wild players. He had a breakaway. He was beside the net. Unbelievable. And then the second goal, I believe, he missed he did a turnover. And then after that, he missed the check on the wall. And, you know, you can blame him, and I understand that. I'm maybe hard on him. But it's a generalized everybody last night. Did not show up. They don't working hard. They give up. And it's a kind of game you get upset about. They have some deep problem inside the locker room, inside the staff. The communication is not there. Duchamp is behind. He got, again, out coach yesterday. He changed the line. He modified everything. Now Romanov played 90 minutes yesterday. Poulet was his second best center. They lost Devorak again. It's again, Drouin. Now it's Devorak. And he may be a concussion. I don't know. He's a day-to-day at that moment. Last time, after 40 seconds, Jake Evans was the best player on the TOI with 19:31 with Nick Ziski. Toffoli played only 13 minutes last night. Why? I have no clue. It's just like that. So they have a 39% face-off yesterday. And it's just an accumulation. The positive, we have two positive on that game, I will say to you. First, Rem Pitlick. Cannot complain about him. He worked hard. He got his second goal and 6 game, maybe 5 game with the Montreal Canadiens, right? He have 3-4 points now. He produced a lot. He create opportunities, right? And then you have Lehkonen. Lehkonen continue, guys, to... I'm going to make a short video about Lehkonen. I will give you some analytics stat. And you're going to be shocked when you're going to hear that. His chance opportunities are one of the top 30 players in NHL. Pretty amazing when you see that. But he's on demand right now, Lehkonen. And I'm going to make my trade with the New York Rangers at some point. So it'll be interesting what is going to get out of this. They're all back home now. And Thursday, is it Gallagher's coming back? Is it Montalbo be ready? Now Devorak may be out for a few weeks. I will not be surprised. And it just continues about that one over there. And I don't know what is the best. What is the best decision? Is it remove Duchamp? I have no clue. But that team is so much talent at some point. The system does not work. You have a lot of things that doesn't work anyway. Let's go jumping here. What's going on here? You have people talking. I did not mention everybody. Richard Mullen right there. Jose, it was a nightmare. Yes. When you see the 26 play, it's a nightmare. What about Mr. Yamo and the house? Glad to hear that. Yamo, push. 1, 2, 1, 2, push. 1, 2, 6, 8 reps. Come on, Yamo, push again. Put that dumbbell up on you over the head, over shoulder press. Let's go, Yamo. Corey Hill is in the house. Welcome aboard. Maybe you can do stretch before you go to bed. Maybe that will help, Corey. Possible. It's just when I go to bed, it's so late. I don't have no time to stretch. But maybe it's better. What about Michael Robinstein and the house? What happened to Primo? First, Primo did not do. It's a rookie, right? A rookie is about no consistency. It's up and down. And after he have a great game against the Colorado, he just fumbled yesterday. It's just he cannot fumble a lot. If you want to stay a job in NHL like he did, he cannot. So it's a learning process to be patient, right? It's a 3-year project for me for Primo. And say about that one over there. Hopefully for the people, because I follow a lot of people in Quebec, that they want to have McNiven and McNiven and McNiven and McNiven, goaltender number 5 in the organization. Look what he did last night. So hopefully now you're going to realize McNiven, he have no chance to make the NHL at any moment. He's not have that kind of the talent to stay in NHL. But that's another story. Supposedly King put a trade offer that include 2 former first-round pick and a first-round pick for the next year for Chikron. Great to see. I would not be surprised is Thomas Turcotte. Or maybe Kupari or Capuri or Kiliev. 2 of the 3 I mentioned. Maybe Verladi. That's 4. 2 of them over there plus a first-round pick could be go over there to Chikron. I think they're still looking for 4 players, including a couple of draft pick about that one over there. Dauphin 1656, EP3 2227, Tifoli 1456, coming up 19, and Poland 1555. Dauphin working hard yesterday. He does not work all the time the right way, but he won't. He's trying everything on that. So I can see his talent limited, right? But again, he's at the wrong chair. Right? They put him at the top 6 at some point where he should be at the bottom 6. Truthfully, I believe Momi, when I look the game, I check his time in our top. He have a lot of minutes at the first half of the game. When the game got losing, he barely played the third period. I believe because that's relate on his injury and they don't want to push him harder and they give him a break, like shut him down after that. That's the only thing I can explain for the time. Romanov, 19, it's not too bad. It's just, again, why now he become a second pair of the defenseman and they play a 5 defensemen at some point and Whiteman was out. And again, they don't give him what he should get at the end of the day. Don't tell me he's not better, he's worse at Savard. Don't tell me he's better, he's not worse at Petrie, right? I feel like right now he's at the top 3 defensemen Montreal Canadiens, and they put him like a defenseman number 5 or 6. Rand Poland, not too bad. He got more minutes yesterday because Dvorak was not there. But again, Rand Poland or Jake Evans? 19 minutes, 33 with Zuski. That's what I said. That's what I said on my post game, guys. Dominic Charm. I don't know. I don't know a lot about hockey, but again, thank you so much, Michael. Welcome, everybody. Very kind of you. That was Nat Lies House show. The Morning Bongo Blares. Hello, Michael. Michael. In a tap, run in a tap. I heard a kind of name. Good day, Jose. Another crappy stuff over there. Only my dream. Renault, why Poland only 15 minutes after the right going out right away? It's because he gave 90 minutes to Zuski and 90 minutes to for Jake Evans. And then he put Cedric Paquette. Paquette have more minutes yesterday also. That's my point. When I heard that trade to, but it would not set the team. Hey, and all I see is the CGM and money. Pretty soon, Kelly would be hired for Toronto. About that one over there. Congratulations to Emile Castonguay. We'll talk about her a little bit later. But Castonguay become assistant general manager, the first woman as a staff management, everything like that. She never been interviewed with the Montreal Canadiens. Can Montreal get her? Yes, they could. But they was not looking to be a GM with her, so they just did not interview her. So possibly she become an assistant GM. For what I heard yesterday, Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon does not want to push hard on that one at that moment. They really like Daniel Brière, but Brière, he got like a promised job at some point to work with the Philadelphia Flyers. Right now, he's the GM about the Maine Mariners. Have an affiliation with the Boston Bruins. But the Flyers told him to learning, and then he will have a job one day with the Flyers. That's the rumor about him. Ab gave up 7 goals, 5 on 5. That's embarrassing. Yes, 1 goal and 5 attempts on power play. Renault is bad. What do you think about the Ottawa Senators from Sunday? Are you talking about the game, last game, Corey? I'm not sure about that. You're welcome, Yamo. Jose and the president, it could be Villardi and Coupari. But they think Circuit need to be one of the two to make the trade better. Yes, I agree with you about that one there, about this. Those kind of players run the king is that you don't touch the core of the team. Circuit is not going to make it anyway, or barely. Coupari or Villardi. If I was the Arizona, I would ask Villardi. I would ask for them Brent Clark. I would ask them Alex Circuit and the first one pick. That's 4. Now, if they don't want to do that, I would say, give me out Villardi, give me Circuit, Brent Clark, and the first one pick. The key on my trade is Brent Clark, defenseman. I give you a defenseman, give me a defenseman back. I don't know what the conversation are at that moment. McNaven is shot, maybe another Soros in Nashville. Not at all. Renault, McNaven just sent him somewhere. He's never going to reach the NHL, unfortunately. Well, we see rumors are out there. They are going to get out more and more. What was the end of the game? Pessoa hit. It was not necessary. It's 8-2. I don't know why he put Pessoa on the ice at that moment. You know he's going to create some stuff. They were running about Spurgeon because Spurgeon hit the head of Dvorak all night. They run after him. If want to, and again, who was on the ice with Pessoa? It was what? Parkett, Jake Evans? My point to you, if you want to create some stuff like that, do it one at the middle of the game, like Anderson did with Armin. So, I don't know. Not necessary for me. I call this the junior garbage in hockey. No power play for Rumi is unacceptable. You know what I was saying to you, Renault, about this? For me, it's like, maybe he's not great on power play, but try him. Again, I'm back at the same way. Who are the players you're going to build in the future? Is it Romanov? Is one of them? If he is, that's a great time to try to look what he looked like on power play. It's not in 2 years. It's right now. Or you already know he's not good. You and me, Renault, we don't know about this, and they know at that moment, Dominic Schramm, Alex Burrows, Luke Richardson said he's not good on power play. We're not going to use him. Or they said he may be good, but we're going to keep him on PK. We're going to build him that kind of reputation he's going to get on PK. I don't know. But your point you said, Renault, is valid. Like my explanation about that one over there. I would like to see Montreal get New York back up because prices are not around this year and we need a goalie next season. Problem is Georgiev. He's never been a great goaltender, obviously. I believe Price and Allen, or Price or Allen, one of them is going to be there. Montembeault or Georgiev is not better at Montembeault, or Montembeault is not better. It's about equal, square equal. It's not like Georgiev, wow, he's better to Montembeault. So for me, Michael, I would say to you, not so you're not right. I would say, if you trade with the Rangers, I would not looking for Georgiev. I'm coming with my trade bait. The Rangers have Brendan Schneider. Run after him. Try everything. And this morning in my shower, I was thinking, okay, give him Gallagher, give him Likonen, go get Schneider and Grasov and a pick over there. Give him Toffoli, Likonen, go get And Chariot, if you want to, go get Grasov, Schneider, a first-round pick, and other players. But they don't want to trade Schneider. I know that. He's not a Chris Letang. But if you want to have two defensemen can hit everything, can clean up in front of the net, Schneider and Romanov together, you're going to see some stick, hammer stick around them for sure. For me, I love Schneider. They keep playing Toronto and Montreal, going to make a trade. I know they won't. Yeah, they did in the past couple of times. You talk about Ross Connell, Kordic. We talk about Komisarev. It could happen, Jose, if they give a first-round pick in return. Again, Toronto, it's late at some point. But you have something like that major, I would not be surprised Chariot get the direction over there. That's what they're looking for. But I'm surprised Chariot is a LD. I really believe they're looking for a right defenseman. That's what I think. The right got hurt again. Yes, he got a concussion, I believe. Bonjour, Mr. Steve G. I'm cool. Je suis là impressive. Hey, coach, I'm out of the hospital. Hopefully, Kelly, you're doing well.
You are awesome.
And whatever you have, speed recovery. You're okay? No, I'm not in a tap. I'm surprised your Golden Knight in Washington was not a high-scoring game. Shocking, Corey. I agree with you about that, Corey. Both game 1-0, 2-0. If you are a Washington Capitals guy, you have to be worried about what's going on over there. They don't do well. They don't do well since December. The last 20 games, they play barely for 500. And I don't know. It's not looking good in Washington. On the flip side, the Golden Knight did enough. Great performance, the Golden Knight, to keep, and that's what they need, to find those kind of game at that level, and they can find a way to win a 1-0, 2-1. And Leonard, it was great, but the team together did well on the road, because after that it's Carolina, Tampa Bay, Panthers. That's not going to be easy, Corey, for them. We pray for you, Kelly. Thanks, Jose said that. We are with you, Kelly. We pray everything. Pray for Kelly GB. Thank you so much. Washington is starting to fade, is leaving the door open to leave them for the 8th seat. I don't know, Renaud. I understand your point of view. It's a long way for Islanders, and I don't know if they're going to have enough time to do it. But I understand your point of view about it. It was back-to-back game on the weekend. Colin, welcome aboard. Colin Lebeau is in the house today. I don't think so, Renaud. It's too early to put that, because the Pacific, Renaud, is so strange. When I said that, they have 17 right now in the race, and you never know what could happen. Look, Calgary Flames last 4 games, and then after that they win. The last another one, now they win 2. The last 3. And now they are back, right? The Vegas all by themselves. And then you have Calgary, the Oilers, the Kings, the San Jose Sharks, and the Anaheim Ducks. Ducks did not do well. Now they win the last 2 of the 3 games. So it's going to be a roller coaster of that one over there. And now they win last game, Edmonton. Now they maybe turn around and they go under, I don't know, 5-6 games straight. You never know. It's still early at 41 game, guys. We have reached the half of the season. I think we have to wait a little bit longer to get there before we decide a team is out, everything like that. Niku et Glagu are the future building block. Is here. I coach. How are you today? I am not about Canadian. Oh, you're doing well. Welcome, Mr. Pierre Martin. Michael, we wish the best for your daughters. Glad you are out. Hopefully they're doing well. About that, bonjour, Mr. Martin. Schneider would be nice, but no need. We need forward picks. Not agree with you in our tap. Schneider is a right defenseman. We need to be sure we have a right defenseman about that one over there. We don't need forward. We have a lot of forward. What we need as a forward only as a center. And the center better to Suzuki, and the Rangers don't have that kind of players at that moment. So it will become a picks at that moment. So for me, Schneider is really the one you have to reach if you trade with the New York Rangers. They would maybe give you Longvis, the left defenseman, or maybe leave you Ratchek or Jones before they want to keep let it go Schneider. Why Schneider is very important is because they have Trouba and they also Fox over there. So, but they love Schneider. For me, it's Schneider about that one. I got COVID, Macron, whatever. It was bad, not too bad. They're okay. Few Pierre thinks, Toronto, Market say. Michael, I guess we have to settle for enough tap as Montreal goalie cannot be any worse. Wait an afternoon, Mr. Alex McLean from the Maritimes. Renault, I don't think so. You have a shot about him. And I think for me, I will wait at the offseason. His value would be better next season, Renault. He's going to be on his end of his contract as a UFA. He's at $2.4 million. And it's sometimes the trade at the offseason have better values at some time when you have a contract in your hands. When you become a UFA, it's called a rental plus. It's easier to trade at the trade deadline. But we have a money contract players, you're a little bit longer. For me, if I'm Montreal Canadian, I will wait on during the trade at the offseason. They met Jeff Petrie, by the way, yesterday. The organization, Jeff Gordon, and Hughes. They sit with him. They talk about his future with Montreal Canadiens. I don't know more. The Detroit mentioned he was interested to Jeff Petrie. I don't see that. I don't see Detroit get Jeff Petrie. At least the retaining money goes somewhere. But it's not where Steve Eisenman does his plan. It's never been Jeff. Now, he can pick a defenseman like he did with Nick Liddy for 1 year at $5 million to keep the salary close to the minimum. But otherwise, and now I don't know. Now, Liddy is over. After that, he become a UFA. He's 32 years old. Can he get something, Petrie? I don't know about that. Petrie's life, his family is Michigan. The timing may be good about this. Can Montreal keep a $2 million of that? I don't know. But I don't expect too much back. We heard 3 teams is looking for Jeff Petrie. Is it right? Wrong? I don't know. Alex, where's your blaming? Actually, you'll be surprised my position when I play. What about the New York Rangers, Colin? What about New York Rangers? What is your question about them? Explain a lot in other you clearly did not wear a mask. In our top scoring report, play the goalie like Mike Patrick Roy. Kaprizov and Boldy put on an offensive clinic last night on guys are not there physically. It technically not match up at all. Here's what happening, Renault. And a hockey team, guys, you cannot have only Kaprizov. You have a balance, right? So look about Tampa Bay. You have Kucherov, Brennan Point. And Minnesota, I said they have a line, Kaprizov. They have Zuccarello. And then you have Hartman. And then now, St. Erickson coming back. That balance the third line with Granley, Erickson, Aki, and Foligno. The intense, the four-checker guy. The guy can hit. And Foligno have 17 goals this year. And Erickson did not play all year long. And the second line now, you have Boldy, was a great rookie right now over there. And he's going with Kevin Fiala. So the first 3 line in Minnesota can deal with everybody. Spurgeon, Tombuck, Kulikov, Bain played well yesterday. And when the goaltender can hand, that's the only location I'm a little bit worried about the Wild. For this year, they're going to be fine. Next year, now it's another conversation. But at that moment, and then we don't talk about Marco Ruzzi. And they have another prospect also. So it'll be interesting to follow. But Renault, I was aware on the player race next season. Start bringing Blair and holding experiential contract. I know this is far away from the playoff, but could Vegas, Golden Knight, and the Washington Capitals met in the playoff this season? I'm curious. Not at all. Forget about the Washington. The Petrie still have a life, and him, he can help other team, but not Montreal anymore. Voyons Bleu Saint cheap, they could easily absorb Petrie if Serge pay medium size premium. That's a good point, Renault, about him. It all depends what he get in return and how much money they're returning. He is expensive in our retaining 25% contract. It trade him. Michael Robinson does not want to be here. 25% of $6 million is about what? $2 million. If he can handle $2 million in our top, I will do it. If he can get a second round pick. St. Louis Bennington, not very good. Finish really also ready for a goalie girl spot. I agree with you, Yamo, about that one over there. Uso have maybe his best career right now, career in hockey at that moment. Renault Steve Eiserman has done a good in Detroit. Jose, absolutely right about this. So yes, at that team, the right direction. What is the one contract with Montreal? 1 more year to go at $5.5 million, Pierre Martin, next year. So after that, he become a UFA. Something looking for him at that moment. Ville Husso plays same team in Finland and Anton Lundell. Yamo, yes. And it was funny, guys, because when they won the Stanley Cup, and the story is they want Ville Husso to be the goaltender. And Bennington was behind him. But he got hurt, Husso, and then Bennington jumping over him, and the rest is the story. But that was the story at that year, because he was hurt. Bennington took advantage of that situation. With White, a better team with Sutter still there. Same as play good in Dallas. I think Renault ran Sutter for his age and the money he got in Dallas. He's doing well. Second pair defenseman, that's where he's supposed to be at that moment. But for some reason, they don't miss him too much. But again, I think they would be better if there was him. Not Parise, but him. It would be great. And I would think they do that, but I think his contract scare off too many. Of course, Michael, they scare a lot. But you don't need a lot team. Only one run after him, or maybe 2 or 3, and they can sign. He have a contract with 15 team. That's the reason they made him yesterday, to open the door to see where they can trade him at some point. He wants to play in USA. That's what he wants to do. He does not want to play in Canada anymore. So maybe a team somewhere, could be Nashville. I don't know. I just mentioned a team like that. So again, maybe Eiserman, like Renault said, maybe it makes sense to me. Maybe on the way that one over there. Do you think the Rangers have a good chance in the playoff? Yes, Colin. And when you have a goaltender like Chesterkin, everything possible. Chris Kreider have 30 goals. They missed a couple of puzzles, I believe, on that one. I think the left defenseman need to be upgrade, and I think the bottom 6 should be a little bit another players. The right wing is where it struggled. They lost Kako yesterday, I believe, for a day-to-day. That's not a problem. They don't have enough right wing. So I think they were shopping for a right wing, a left defenseman. That would be, but I love that team, Colin. And I was just watching them. It's fun to watch. It's a really team like Minnesota is another one. Colorado is another one. The Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay are other one. Carolina, I don't like them, so I don't watch them. But they look like they are a good team, for what I heard. You're right, Steve. Renault coach the term of 25% winning with a second round pick for a third round pick for Detroit. That's it. I don't like they gave them a second round pick for a 4th round pick. About that one over there, Renault. Because now you gave Petrie, you gave them a second round pick, and the pick they have, I think what they should give, they have 3 pick at the 3rd round pick. I will keep the 2nd round pick. I will maybe trade the 3rd round pick, and I will ask them to give me back a 3rd round pick. But 25% is not too bad. Oh, Mr. Villy. Oh! and the house. Great performance of the line of Lindholm, Kachuk, and Kudrow. They are the catalyzer of that line, that team, like Kaprizov line it is for the Minnesota. And when they are off, the team is off. So they need them to perform, and they did it yesterday where a team was very tired. Back-to-back game, you can see St. Louis did not show up yesterday. And they took advantage of that, but great performance of Kachuk and Goodrow yesterday. Mr. Vallejo, Steve said that they had to trade Drouin if someone want him. I think all the day, Drouin is best off with settle all the plays. Yes, that's another one also to get him out. But it would be interesting if they can. I'm not sure they will. Drouin to the LA. If what Michael said, I think Drouin fit better in Seattle. The LA, they have a lot of winger over there. And with the salary they have, I don't think so. I think it would be better to go for a little bit more an intense players, PR, for the Kings. Congratulations, Vallejo. Thanks again for everything. You're very glad to see Gallagher for the Bruins. No, you're going to lose too much about that one over there, Michael. And the Boston Bruins not going to do that. About that. If the Bruins make a move, they're only looking for a second center. They don't want to get a right wing. They need a center. They don't have center. Now they use Taylor Hall but they don't use Taylor Hall. They use Eric Ola. So with Pasternak and Taylor Hall, Ola, and Pasternak. So for me, they will not trade a right wings for a left winger about that. Drouin is what a first one pick no more. Renaud said, Vallejo, how is doing? Holidays on the boot camp. It's been pretty good. How about you? That's awesome to hear that, Vallejo. Kako week to week, I read. That's what's confirmed this morning. Yamo, absolutely. One ski this morning. The sun is strong. I'll be your full skiing. Congratulations. You guys, you're doing well. Well, you know what the word skinnies mean. Should we tell even about the last week fantasy coach? You can tell him, Moreau. I think Savard would have been great 15 ago, but at this moment, his speed is not there at all. He has to sit there. Here again, guys, Savard is great. Savard is fine. It's just not on the right chair. It should be a defenseman number 5. Right now, they put him in that defenseman number 1, and he played against the best defenseman at the best line. That's why he get out. And that's all about where are they? Which line are you pairing? That's what I explained. Now, Trump, you have no other choice. You have Savard, Petrie, and Whiteman. He's stuck. They're all 3 right now, defensemen 4 and 6. All 3 deserve to be number 1. So we tell them they don't do well. By the end of the day, they don't do well because they are all in the wrong chair. So they face to the line they should not be faced every night. And that's what Trump get out coach about that one over there. And Savard is the speed. Petrie is like a yellow cone. And Whiteman, he cannot hit. So you miss Shea Weber. That's what you miss. It was maybe the speed, but nobody was around him. But you miss a defenseman number 1. We don't have nobody carry on the puck. We have Ben Chariot, number 1 with Savard. Chariot should be 4 and 6. We have Romanov right now, number 6. He should be number 4. And they take Niku, Glagu, and Kulak, number 4. He should be number 6. I don't run the cards. It's Ducharme. That's what I'm pointing Trump all the time. But again, he will look up. He said, hey, guys, I need the defenseman 1 and 2. I don't have. That's the kind of horse I have right now. And that's how you build a team. That's how it works. And on everything, we have to be honest with the Montreal Canadiens and the organization as the fans. They got hurt with injuries from the beginning of the year. That team never been on the track. They was out track already during the off summer. The injuries to Price, to Weber, And after that, the bad decision of Marc Bergevin at some point, and the injury after that accumulate with Hughes, Dvorak, Gallagher, the COVID, everything like that. The only players that got hurt is Zelzinski, guys, and Savard. So you have to give them credit for that one over there. You have to be honest with them about that one over there. Renaud, I answer this one. Pierre-Martin is knowing Glody. Ministers dans chez Quebec. I would tell. Giroud de Bruins confirmé. Renaud. Oh, I did not know about that one over there. Video, you have Tamer Meyer. One, he scored 5 goals, but he was on the bench, 11.8 points. That's why I won you last week. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why video, I didn't know. What do you think of Jake Sanderson making on the big? Jake Sanderson, guy, is going to be one of the top 5 defensemen one day in NHL. That's all Jake Sanderson is. One day going to get Jake Sanderson in the lineup, the Ottawa Senators is going to be great. He's better to Thomas Chabot. And Jake Sanderson, he can play defensive and offensive. He's really a complete defenseman. He's maybe the best defenseman in the NCAA right now. And I expect him to be a nomination or maybe play as a rookie of the win the Calder Trophy when he going to be in NHL. So I just want to say there about that one over there. I don't think so. I think you're a little bit hard on Savard. Savard was one play very well with the Tampa Bay Lightning last season. Who complaining about David Savard last season, a couple of months ago with Tampa Bay? Nobody. He was fit on the right chair. He was exactly. It's not the same to play Kaprizov and to play after that Marco Sturm. It's not the same to play all night against McDavid and play against Zach Kashian. That's how you evaluate your players. You know what I mean? So, now, it's maybe not David Savard. It's maybe Marc Bergevin when he evaluate his UFA last season, how he considered David Savard, how they evaluate him, how he was his analytic, how they put him in the situation, what he see him. I don't know. But every time you make a trade, you make a signature, you have to find really, really where they fit on your team. Sometimes it's not the players. It's just right now it's not the right share. I would be comfortable. I would be happy if you have my defenseman number 6. At $3.5 million, number 6. A little bit too high as the money. But again, I don't know what they would consider him. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know about that. 20 would be, thanks everyone. What is Biron playing? I expect Biron Gallagher come back next weekend. They are back home, and my expectation there will be 1 or 2 of them will be back in the lineup about that. Do you think Washington would try and get Kane? Possible, Kings. I just see Evander Kane with Edmonton. I just see this all the way. That would be what I'm thinking about that. I coach and friends, the room. Roger L. in the house. If you have any coach good on sign, Sham should get fired and let give the new guy at the bench for the season. It's good. At that moment, Pierre, at that situation like that, it's not good to bring a new coach at that moment of the season. It will not change anything. You're going to get bad vibration. You're not going to give a better team because you get Mike Babcock behind the bench right now. It's not a good time to get a new coach. The only thing you can do, if you go that direction, you fire the coach and you put an assistant coach, fill up the hole for the rest of the season, and then you reset everything at that moment. That's the way you should do if you want to fire Dominic Trump. Or you let him go there all the way until the end of the season, then you move up with a new coach, everything like that. How they are between them and Gordon, I don't know. But that would be my explanation. I can give it to you. I will feel better. Coach, who is going to be traded first, Chikrin or Kleinberg? That's a great question, Velio. I still believe Chikrin will be number one first. But we'll see what's happening. The All-Star game, I don't see any move before the All-Star game. Then after that, I will going to start to go more and more. Why? Because after the All-Star game, some team play a lot of game. And maybe they will need players at that moment. But until the All-Star game, some team play only 2 games now. Tampa Bay play only 6 games in February, example. Some team play only 8 games in February or 7 games. Some play 14. So it will be interesting. I see a little bit more movement. I hope better cut down squeeze with 0. Coach, who is near? I got it. There are no instances slow than defense is over for that mode of the players there. They have a ton of players like him. Jody Ben is another one. Jan Cole is another one. Merrill is another one. They have a lot of ton of players like Sabres, unfortunately, in NHL. They are where they are. Now, if you look what you said, is it better to put Niku there and put Sabres out? You know what I mean? You already have Whiteman over there. But that's the point. He was the defenseman number 6. He was right there on the right chair. Like Montreal, if he was number 6, it would be perfect over there. That's the way. And Columbus, for years, he was cataloged number 4 and 5 and 6 in Columbus. And Montreal right now is number 1, 2, and 3. That's the point here. Coach, what team do you think need to make a lot of trade move? It's rare a team make a lot of trade move at the trade deadline or something like that. What they're looking for is to make 1 or 2 teams to what they need. But a lot of, I don't think so. You're going to patch up a couple of teams, maybe 1 or 2, but like you said, 3 or 4, I don't think so that will happen. More during summer. About that, I'd like to see Jacob Henson with a medal. That would be awesome. He will look really good for the Ottawa Senator and maybe bring up the NHL to play most likely next season. I don't know if Jake is coming next season. I don't know if he wants to complete his school and with North Dakota. That's something we have to follow up with him. I think he still have 1 more year to go. But I don't know too much about what's going on. I know Washington, Boston Islanders should be loading up on the East. I don't know why you said Islanders. Islanders are almost out in the playoff, Renault. Boston, they only need a left defenseman and a center. Washington, they miss. The questionable over there is the goaltending situation in Washington. But I don't see at any moment the Islanders can come back and make the playoff. At least Washington fall apart completely. I don't see that happening. About that one, they play too many times with New Jersey, Columbus at the bottom, Philadelphia, everything like that. The Islanders have to play a lot with the better team also, and they don't have that kind of team to carry on over there, Islanders. They lost again. So they lost again Detroit, again the Toronto. So they don't go nowhere. They can win the next game, right? And they lose the last game, but the Washington win. So in 2 games, they are the same position. They still have a lot of game to catch up. But again, I feel like they don't have that kind of offensive to carry on all the way. The defensive is bad, like they was, not like they before. And they have only 1 goaltender. Varlamov have a very difficult season. I don't see Islanders coming back for me. It's too far. Guess who else is in the house after the great brother? Now we have the light brother in the house. Dallas is ahead of Edmonton, and no one has a star in the playoffs. So others are in for tough sliding. But the problem, Renault, is they are not in the same division. So the Edmonton, what they need to do is just only catch up the number 3. It could be the LA or the Ducks. They don't have to worry about Winnipeg and Dallas on the West Conference. If they can finish number 3, they make the playoff. So if you're Edmonton, you don't worry about anybody else. You just worry to be sure you try to catch up the team in front of you, and your Pacific Division is the number 3. And it could be the Kings. It could be, I believe, the Calgary Flames will make it. So I consider the Kings, the Ducks, and that's the Edmonton have to catch up. Get it? I don't know yet. I don't have finished game, but I make sense. I will say, Coach, you probably already discussed this, but what is Bennington fate now? You saw it's been great. They go to sharing 50-50. That kind of goaltender like Bennington, been there. You have a good reputation. Sometimes it's just a couple of games off, and then you're coming back. That will helping. The good news for the Blues, they have two good goaltender. So for me, Berube is smart enough to realize, hey, we're not going to give more to Bennington. We'll drop Bennington off. They just give him like maybe a week of 3 games, 2 heavily, so 1 at Bennington, until Bennington come back where it is, and then they go like this. And then at some point, they go to figure out which one they want to go to playoff. But it's great to see the Finland so performing like that. That gave better tools to the Blues to carry on this until the end. Coach, my argument on the coach which gave him the look at the team player before next season is that smart. The problem, Pierre Martin, is the players right now are not going to be there. That's the problem. So the player, like, maybe they will trade 6, 7 of them. So you better to wait until the off season, and then you go get your man you're looking for. And that's what's happening. That's why I would say you don't hire a coach at that moment, because you don't know if Toffoli will be there. You don't know if this guy will be there. Yeah, too many things could happen. Better to come this summer, everybody have that new fresh to restart at 0. You bring a new coach, they all finish going to be at the end anyway, nowhere. You don't have that kind of the vibration in July. We announced my backup, the new coach. Now everybody's fired up. It's a new season, everything behind them, and you restart. You have new players, you have new trade, you have all the new stuff. It's a refresh. It's like a spring, right? So for me, I can understand your point, but I don't think that would be the right things to do. Steve, you never make sense. You're just kidding, buddy. Renault, Jody Ben has no mind left, and him coach be real. No, I just said I consider those kind of defensemen like that. You cannot have the same kind of defenseman. Your defenseman number 6, or you need a Kudas, you need a Savard, you need a Cole, you need a Ben, you need those kind of defensemen as the number 6 on your lineup. The Tampa Bay, they have Bukosian. And I can go all the way. The Colorado have Johnson over there. And it's just been that way forever. Savard can accomplish something at the right share number 6. That's my point here on this. Can he deserve 3.5? I'm not here to tell you that. I just feel that Savard, at any time and anywhere you put him, Shara is number 6 in Islanders. Why? Because he bring those kind of the reputation. Who can be more slow at him, right? And that's happening. Why Jody Ben play Minnesota? Because of that one over there. And those kind of defensemen have a veteran defenseman, less speed, but he's there for the defensive side every time that. And they go with a veteran as a number 6. Right now, he's playing number 1 or number 2. That's why he looked bad. And I said he's a Bobby Orr. I just said as a team, you keep a veteran like this when you go deep in the playoff every time that. You're going to count a Savard if you go with Whiteman or Niku as a defenseman. You go a veteran players at the end. Steve G, you never make sense. Just kidding. Renault, Johnny Ben. I don't say compared to him. I just give you kind of player like him. To be honest, coach, I think Toronto would trade players or Dallas would be fired. Or no, the key, Jose, is if the Toronto Maple Leafs does not cross the first playoff, he's going to be fired. If Fleury come back next season, should be Hawks trade him. I saw what do you trade him for. They will trade him at the trade deadline. If not, it's because he refused to get traded. And then after that, he will be UFA after that. So I don't think so. He will return with the Hawks after the season run. Got to go. My contractor just arrived. Plumbing leaks the building. All right, Roger. Renault, Nico et Clagu over Savard is 2022 now. No, Renault. Because Savard still have a contract for 3 years at $3.5 million. And Nico should be out completely of the Montreal Canadiens. Clagu could be defenseman number 7 and 8 for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the point you get with Savard. You stuck with a $3.5 million. If not, you're going to pay a player who's not play at $3.5 million. So that's the point you get. Why is Poland not playing more, coach? He played a bit more yesterday. Why? First of all, Dvorak was out, everything like that. It depends how he set up right there. So he let play at 20 minutes, Zuski. And then he's number 3 on his chart. Was a number 3 usually is about 13, 14, 15 minutes. Everything like that. I still believe he should give him a little bit time on PK. Everything like that. But when he play under 13 minutes, I think it's don't give him enough time. It's all about Dominic Cham at the end of the day. Burn the building, bro. Poland is having a hard time coming back from wrist surgery. It took over 2 years. I think he's played very well, Renault. I think he's one of the best player, the most improvement, and the Montreal Canadiens. Video have some finish. Is Jake Sands better at Leo Tressalo? Not allowed Corey. It's a defenseman versus a forward. You cannot compare the both of them. Right, I'm smart, brother, Danny. And it's just how many California teams make the playoff? One of them in our top. Hi, Coach. Hi, RJ. Welcome aboard. Coach, do you think Mathieu is still struggling with the wrist surgery? No. Who is it? How to read the language? I think I will make it as a wild card, and Edmonton need to change things around the big time. I think the Kings and the Ducks fight for the second and third. I still believe Calgary be in front of everybody over there, and I still believe Edmonton, Kings, and the Ducks is going to get for the third round pick, the third round place, and I feel like the 5 team and the West on the Central Division is going to make it. So it's going to be 5 and only 3 in the Pacific. That's what I'm thinking about that one. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking about that. 106 guy, I'm supposed to come here to give you all the information right here, but we did not do all the way. I'm not going to give you who are they today. It's too late. This is a Team Canada for next the Olympics. Montreal Canadiens play for Montreal Canadiens. Jordan Well, David Desharnais, Daniel Carr, Eric Stahl, and Marc Barberio all play for the Montreal Canadiens. They are the team for the Olympics. About that one over there. This is the result of the game. Honestly, I don't want to go through it. It's too late right now. But Calgary really win 7-1 yesterday. Great performance about that. What about the Muppet? Got his 300 point. Congratulations, Jeff Petrie. This is the most exclusive gameplay. Yesterday, Keith Yandel reached Doug Jarvis. He's going to beat Doug Jarvis tonight at 9:65. Congratulations for Keith Yandel. It's a record was it's not easy to get with everything happening over there, so you have good. The Colorado became the 5th team in NHL history to multiply 12 win and the month over a 12-month join. So congratulations to Colorado. And then after that, I want to mention first NHL goal yesterday, Connor Dewar against Caden Primo. A shot about 55 feet. And unfortunately, the Pittsburgh lost a blogger for 8 weeks, I believe, or 2 months after broken jaw, after a hit last weekend, where it was really discutable between a suspension or not, but it looked like it was not. Then you say what's up, Yamo, about that one, something about hot tub, really about this. It's time to go to the quiz. Does use have anything to chum in terms of instruction or we play to put? No, not allowed, Pierre. Not allowed about use. Tell him what to do every time like that. Quiz of the day, guy. We're going to go hurry up. This one over there. Jack Hughes has 325 shots in NHL and 140 game. Do you believe he has already 325? Over or under? Under, Jose. Yamo said over. Richard said under. Curry said under. Veleo said over. Steve G said over. RJ said under. Pierre Martin said over. Alex McLean, he said over. Danny said over. I don't know in our top, but in our top said under. All right. The winner guy is over. Round Queens, he got it. 334. Congratulations for the one said over. Sergei Fedorov has 11 seasons of 30 goals in NHL. Is it over or under? 11 seasons in NHL with 30 goals. Richard Mullins said over. Wow, a minute. Danny said under. Veleo said under. Yamo said under. Steve G said under. Curry said over. Jose said over. Pierre Martin said over. Innertap said under. Round Queen said under. Sergey was amazing. RG said under. The winner of that one, guys, is under 10 season. About that one over there. So we have right now a few at 2. Yamo Vallejo, R20, Steve at 2, and Danny at 2. And that's what we had at that time. Finally, the last one, Clark Gillies has 5 seasons with 30 goals in NHL. Under or over 5 seasons with 30 goals. He played about 14 years, I believe, in NHL. Under or over? Pierre said best paid contract all the time. He was one of the best players for sure. Yamo said over. Jose said under. Video said over. Danny said under. Richard Martin said over. Corey Hill said over. Steve G said over. Enotab said over. Ron Quinn said over. The answer, guy, is over 6 seasons of 30 goals, everything like that. That's give us, guys, the winner of today are, guys, not one, Yamo, Vallejo, Ron Kings, 20, Steve G, and that's it. I almost said Danny, but no, another tap or 2. And that's pretty much it. So Steve, Ron, Jamo, and Vallejo, 4 of them have 3 and 3 today. Congratulations, Yamo. Wow, you run that one over there. Great performance for everybody else. Vallejo said easy for me. Here we go. Pierre Martin have 2 and 1. Yes, sir, because the last question didn't put on it. Yamo is cheat. Video. Here we go. We did not lose our tasting. That, guys, let's conclude again. Congratulations, Yamo. Honestly, surprised me. But well done, Steve and Ron 20. Before we leave, we want to remind you this.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Yes, you have greatness inside of you. But before we leave, we want to remind you, first of all, have an amazing, great afternoon. We're going to be back at 5 o'clock. We invite you to join us. Don't forget to click on the likes. And we're going to be back with Inner Tap at 5 for another warm-up show prediction. And for sure, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day today, find a way to dominate your 2022. Until then, have an amazing, great afternoon, friends. Thank you, Jose. Here we go, Yamo. Become smarter. Danny. Have a good one, buddy. Yeah, Martin. Video. Enjoy your vacation, buddy. Thanks for your service. Have an amazing, great one, buddy.
I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? Show